Last night, I sat down and decided to watch Batwoman, starring the insatiable, beautiful Ruby Rose. Now, I had watched the trailer and saw a few YouTubers comment on it, so I went into it with really low expectations. Because of these low expectations, before I could even push play on the show, I marched down to the store and picked up some Pabst Blue Ribbon. I figured I need something to numb the pain after 40 minutes of the Batwoman. So there I was. I had my beer, it was a beautiful night, and all I had left to do was push play. So I closed my eyes, I held my breath, then I felt a shit coming on, so I got up and I took care of that. I came back outside, and yes, I finally pushed play. So like I said earlier, I went into this show with really low expectations. I wasn't even sure if I could make it 5 minutes through before wanting to slip my wrists. But I did manage to make it all the way through the show. And to be honest, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Wow, I know, right? First off, whoever put together the trailer sucks and should be fired. The trailer is garbage. It gives you the impression that the show has this strong political agenda. And although there were small little things you would expect from a CW show, for the most part, I didn't feel like it was over the top. In one scene in the trailer, Lucas Fox says the Batsuit is literally perfect, and Kate Kane says, not until it's made for a woman. Now when I saw this in the trailer, I thought, oh god, it's going to be one of these shows. But after watching the show, I thought the timing of this line and the delivery felt okay. And most of all, at the point where she said it, I thought it felt earned. Like, you got me this far, you deserve it. Of course, there's probably some hidden or not so hidden meaning in that comment, but it also made sense. The Batsuit was made for a man, and it wouldn't be perfect for Kate Kane until it was made for her. Also, if you were unaware, Kate Kane is a lesbian in the comics, and so she's a lesbian on the show. There are some flirting and kissing scenes with her attractive co-star Megan Tandy. But it wasn't a dominant theme in the show. Maybe about 2-3 minutes of the story was spent on that. They did toss in a little politics, though. Kate and Sophie were in the military and ended up getting in trouble. And that, folks, is all I have to say about that. Now, on to the story. The story was like any typical CW show. I saw a lot of harsh criticisms about it, but I don't know what people were expecting. It's a pilot episode of a CW show. They had 40 minutes to get you interested, and I thought they did just fine. They set up the characters, gave a little backstory, there were some cool action scenes. I thought they did a good job with Kate Kane's fighting style. She wasn't a total Mary Sue with a Superman punch. She got slapped around a little bit, and kind of reminded me of Daredevil on Netflix when he's walking down a hallway taking on 10 guys. She's kind of bouncing off of things and fighting like a crazy spider monkey. And the story does also have some mysteries in it as well. One from the trailer is that Batman has abandoned Gotham City. And I'm like, where the fuck is Batman? That alone has me kind of curious where they're going to take that. As for the acting in the show, I'll focus mainly on Ruby Rose and Rachel Skarsten, who plays Alice from the Alice in Wonderland gang. They're like the most interesting characters in this show. All the other characters, actors, were mostly bit players and did fine in my opinions. No complaints on them. So first, Ruby playing Kate Kane. Now I must admit, I know nothing about Batwoman. I'm not sure if I've ever read a Batwoman comic, so I have no idea how the character should be played. Also, I can't remember watching any other movie or show with Ruby Rose in it. Ruby, I thought, did fine. The best way I can describe her in this show is I look at her, I look at the way she physically presents herself in real life, well, at least in pictures, and her acting as this character is like she's just playing herself. So this character is just like Ruby Rose being herself, and therefore, Kate Kane in this show is Ruby Rose, if you get my drift. The character has some swagger, she's tough, and there's a hint of vulnerability. Overall, I was fine with her performance. I didn't think it was that bad at all. Rachel Skarsten plays Alice. After watching the trailer, I thought I was going to hate Alice, but I actually grew to like her by the end. Her character is kind of a combination of a few different Batman villains all rolled up into one. Just off the top of my head, I'd say Joker, Harley, Riddler, and maybe one or two others. Like I said about Ruby and Batwoman, I know nothing about this actress or this character, but I thought she performed the character pretty well. She is one of the mysteries in this first episode as well. I won't tell you anything about that. Don't want to spoil it for you in case you do decide to watch this. But that's my take on the acting in this show. Finally, the most important question of all. Will I watch the next episode? Honestly, I have no freaking clue. I tried to give a fair review on this show, and although I didn't think the show was terrible, I'm not sure it did enough for me to make me run to the TV to watch another episode. But if you made it this far and feel the need to punish me, give this a like or a dislike. If I get over 100, I will watch episode 2 and do another review. Peace out.